Finding art in the shadows. My Aunt Ellen worked at a department store jewelry repair counter for most of her life. She introduced me to the world of art and books. Along with needle crafts, she taught me to crochet. The patterns available to me in the early 70s were the crafty items you'd expect: potholders, scarves, afghans, and the ever popular granny square vests. One year for Christmas, my Aunt Ellen gave me an art book that included the artist Ruth Asawa's work. I was and remain fascinated by her wire sculpture. Asawa elevated a wire looping technique she learned in Mexico to create organic, biomorphic hanging sculptures like this. The six-lobed form was constructed with continuous looped wire. After she created the inner lobes, Asawa directed the wire outward and around to create the exterior modulation of the sculpture. Asawa addressed the concept of negative space, which is a way of defining an object by what it is not. When my marriage ended, I found solace in art and began to draw again as I had as a teenager. I worked in pencil, charcoal, pen and ink, and tried screen printing. I look back now on the work from that time, and I see so much of the person and what was happening in my life reflected in it. Solomon's Joy came into being unexpectedly. I had free time while recovering from a hysterectomy and was tired of yarn and patterns. I started with a beautiful silk cord and beads that were luminescent and held tiny chimes. I leaned into my emotions. I realized I recreated what I had lost, both physically and in love. When lit at the gallery, the interplay of work and the shadow are subtle but evident. Incorporating wire as an embellishment onto Solomon's Joy suggested a different material for construction. The 61C is named after a bus route in Pittsburgh. My process was intentional in concept, and again, materials guided me. The black wire in the center duplicates the route of the 61C through Pittsburgh neighborhoods. Shadows contrast with and complement the physical shape. The idea of art versus craft weighed on me. I overheard the word craft rather than art from gallery visitors, but not from jurors or gallery owners. In the piece Fields Be Jubilant 9612, I challenged myself to incorporate steel, industrial gauge wire, and glass bead to echo Asawa's biomorphic shapes. I've been a mechanical draftsman and designer for almost 20 years, and my engineering experience served me well as I experimented with creating tubes within tubes. I cantilevered the main body up, off, and away from the steel base. The negative space became more intricate. I was invited to be a part of an exhibit of sculptors, poets, and illustrators. I created the piece Three Spikes using rusted railroad spikes, gold jewelry wire, and glass seed beads. In Primordia, I played with the idea of negative space through variations in the forms and pattern bead colors. The beads enclosed in the crochet and enclosing the space reflected and absorbed light. While my prior work was exhibited and considered art, it was with this piece, Primordia, that I felt I truly broken with craft. It sold. Selling it seemed to legitimize me and my work. I was awarded a commission by the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust to create a piece of public art for the 2010 Three Rivers Arts Festival. The timeline to prepare the materials was tight, and I pulled everyone in to help during the unseasonably warm Memorial Day weekend. Sculptural crochet began calling again to me of late. Older now, I work with braided filament fishing line, a less harsh material. In crochet, as in poetry, I find the quiet repetition of the rhythm of the lines and the rhythm of creating stitches transcendent. I find myself removed from the world around me and reach back to childhood and the gifts that I received.